What's going on, my fellow scumbags? I hope you're all doing well. Today the devs have put out a hotfix patch that also gave some quality of life features to cooking as well as meat being cooked on skewers. Today I will be going in depth on how cooking works. As you can see, I have 5 different types of meat: bear steak, sausages, chicken meat, and crow legs and drumsticks. I'm going to be having 2 fires, one that has already been lit for a long period of time and has a lower flame, and a fresh fire that will have the highest flame. I'm looking to see how the health and the appearance of the meat reacts to the temperatures of the fire, and if there are any consequences for eating a raw steak versus cooked steak, as well as if putting your meat on a skewer will change anything. Let's start by throwing some meat on the high flame. It's super cool because you can actually hear the meat cooking, you can hear it sizzling. But let's throw the rest of the meat on the low flame. While that cooks, I'm going to show you guys a comparison table I have for the meats. I'll be having the meats separated by what fire they were on by putting the raw meats between them. You may also notice that skewers cook faster than meat themselves. And since meat cooks at different temperatures, putting your crow next to a really high flame is just going to burn it. It's not going to be cooking it. And as we scroll through here, you'll see all of them are saying slightly cooked, but they're burning. It's because the flame is too high. Now we go to the low flame, and notice how it says hot, raw. That means it's cooking, it's not burning, but it's still not fully cooked yet. And this one piece of meat is actually burning, so I move it a little bit further from the fire. Depending on what you're cooking, you're really gonna have to keep your eye on it. Now going back to the comparison table, we're gonna compare every single type of meat and how they look, their durability, and how they fill you up. I guess it's not implemented yet, but there's no change when you're cooking crow legs, drumsticks, or sausages. And it's kind of weird because a lot of the meat actually looks pretty similar, but one might be overcooked and one might be cooked. Also, when the meat is burned, you can notice that the durability is completely gone and you can't even eat it. Moving on to the bear steaks, you can see that the left side cooked the bear steak pretty perfectly. I took this one off early just to show you guys how the difference in appearance looks when it's slightly cooked. You can also spot the difference in appearance with the skewers as well now. I also put a cooked steak on a skewer to see if it would have me cook it again, and it does. Also, crafting your food is the way you level up your cooking skill. Now I'm testing to see if there's any difference between eating raw meat versus cooked meat. And from what I can see, the values of eating a raw steak and a cooked steak look exactly the same. But let me know if I'm wrong, guys. And it's weird because when you eat the bear steak on the skewer, you get different intake values. But if you eat a raw skewer, your intake values are actually different than if you ate the cooked, which is pretty cool. So I think for the raw bear steak and the cooked bear steak by itself, I think there's just some type of bug or they haven't implemented that feature yet. I also even tested it out with the chicken meat as well. And I got the exact same results as I did with the bear steak. But that's going to wrap up today's video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it a bunch. If you did enjoy the video, please drop a like below and maybe subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to leave any feedback, please leave a comment below. I appreciate it. Peace, guys.